1915. For the soldiers on the Western Front, the new year brings stalemate. In the month since World War I began, the invading German army has failed to break through. Now it faces the British and French allies along a front line of trenches across France and Belgium. For nearly 4 years, these men will engage in the bitterest fight the world has ever known.
Thousands of people packed Whitehall, many more than usual. But this isn't just any Remembrance Sunday. We now know British servicemen are fighting in Afghanistan, and it's 2 months since the terrorist attacks in America. People came to remember those who died there, as well as those who lost their lives in 2 world wars and other conflicts. For the first time, an American ambassador was invited, William Farish with his wife. Also watching from a balcony was the Queen Mother, who lost her brother in the First World War. Below, the Queen, who led the ceremony, and 2 minutes silence at 11 o'clock held throughout the nation. The Queen laid the first wreath on behalf of the nation, followed by other members of the royal family. Tony Blair led the politicians and members of the Commonwealth, paving the way for the Remembrance Day parade.
At the end of July 1917, after their success at Messines Ridge, the British launched the Third Battle of Ypres, which would lead to Passchendaele. For 15 days, the German line was pounded.
With horror, you feel that your whole being, mental and physical, has lost all meaning. After all, the lump of metal that would crush you to a shapeless nothing may have started on its course.
The British went over the top on the 31st of July.
If only you could be here tonight, how you would enjoy it. Altogether it should be great fun, as long as it doesn't rain.
But it did rain.
These were some of the most appalling conditions that soldiers had to fight in during the First World War.
Our boys are having a terrible time in the trenches, up to the waist in mud, just like a ditch full of water. There are dead horses, men, cars, motor lorries in the hundreds. It is death to go off the road as the mud is so deep. The sun was bad enough, but this is 1,000 times worse.
For some soldiers, the killing had gone on too long.
As that German came towards me, and I can't kill him, I mustn't kill him. I can remember when I joined the army, I swore I would serve my king and country. And by some means or another, it flashed in my mind when Moses came down off Mount Sinai, the 6th commandment he brought down, thou shalt not kill. And I can't kill him. I had about 5 seconds to make my mind up. I shot him above the ankle and above the knee. I brought him down. I didn't kill him.
Though British morale would never break, it was at its lowest point.
The war is getting more and more desperate. On every hand one sees unrest and dissatisfaction rampant, and nothing sensible done to ameliorate grievances.
A more miserable existence would be hard to imagine. There's nothing but unrest and uncertainty, and everyone here is absolutely fed up to the teeth.
1918 loomed. the war on the Western Front hung in the balance.
There are just 27 men like Arthur Hailstrap left, British soldiers who served in the First World War. Usually a handful make it to this ceremony at the Menin Gate in Ypres. This year Arthur was the only one. The men who can remember the trenches are almost gone. Many assumed that as the generation who actually fought the Great War slowly faded away, so would interest in what they'd done. But nothing could be further from the truth. The number of people coming here has risen year on year. No longer people reliving their experiences, instead here to experience history.
It's not that you've known the person, but you never got a chance to grow up and get married, so there's members of the family missing. And it's the same for just about every family in the country, I would think.
If you understand this, they'll understand people.
Yes. Nowadays, around half the visitors who come to Ypres from Britain each year are school children. Teenagers like these 13-year-olds from Ringwood School in Hampshire bringing poppy petals to the ceremony. So what do they gain from an experience like this?
Makes it seem more realistic how many people died, to see the actual people rather than just numbers.
And what they did out there and how they risked their lives for other people, for our freedom, it's quite amazing.
It makes you feel that everybody here is definitely against war, and it's a nice, peaceful feeling.
Individual memories of old soldiers won't last forever, but perhaps the appreciation of what they did isn't slipping away so quickly after all.